Jeremy Miner made millions in sales because he understood one thing, and that is having your own voice and finding that voice in sales will always make you more money than depending on a rough script. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how you can find that voice for yourself by a really simple process that you can pretty much replicate for yourself. But the biggest thing to keep in mind is the fact that this video won't be edited, because I don't make my content based off of some nicotine heads, but rather for sales reps that are actually ready to transition and become a lot more better. Now, getting into it, the biggest thing that you need to realize is if you are a new sales rep, there is no voice for you. And if you try to find your own voice in sales, you would always struggle. And let me explain why this happens. Because when you are starting out, you are new to this space. You don't understand the fundamentals of sales. You don't understand what it is. You don't understand what works and what does not work. And if you try to mix that up with finding your own voice in sales, then it would just overcomplicate everything for you and overwhelm you with a lot of things. So if you are someone that is just starting out in sales, the best practice for you is to have a word track and be like someone else. Try to be like them, whether that might be Jeremy Lee Miner, Cole Gordon, or anyone else. It is better to replicate their style rather than creating a new one for yourself. But if you are someone that has been in this space for some time and you understand sales and the fundamentals of it and how it works, then there is a way you can find your own voice, and it's super freaking simple. Number one is you're going to try to forget every single thing that you know about sales, and you would focus on who you are outside of sales. What I mean by that, to simplify this for you, is maybe text some of your friends and have them explain and try to almost elaborate your personality on who you truly are. Are you someone that is quirky? Are you someone that is aggressive? Are you someone that is friendly? Are you someone that is soft? Are you someone that loves being real? You know, they wouldn't sugarcoat things. Again, you need to find who you truly are outside of sales, because that is going to be the foundation of finding your own voice. Because once you figure that out, then you come to the next step. And the next step is rephrasing. What I mean by that is you take a look at the current script that you have, the current word track, you listen to your sales call or setting calls, and you try to figure out some questions that are working for you better than anyone else, and you try to figure out some questions that make you feel uncomfortable when you ask them, or maybe they seem a bit unnatural to you. And then you take those questions and you try to change that in your own format. For example, Jeremy Lee Miner is known for his question, has that had an impact on you? Right? So you want to take questions like that that are already associated with another sales rep, another coach, I don't know, the entirety of the space, and you want to change that question and rephrase it in your own tonality. If I had to give you an example of that, because I wrote a couple of things here, is let's say, rather than saying, can you elaborate, like the sentence, can you elaborate, for me, it's something that a lot of sales rep use. So I don't want to be another sales rep that would use that on sales call or on phone calls or as a setter, because leads know what you're saying or what you mean when you say, can you elaborate? You want them to give you more pain. Rather, I say, help me understand. And the reason this works for me is because I am neutral. I don't stand with you. I don't stand against you. I'm open to more views of the world. I'm open to what you believe in, and I'm open to explaining what I believe in. So I'm this neutral guy. So when I say help me understand, I'm genuinely more curious about what you stand for and why this thing happened, so I can understand it more. And this question works 10x better for me, even better than can you elaborate, because when you use that and you say, can you help me understand, they feel responsible for your understanding, helping you land a lot more deals than you would do otherwise. Another example of this is, let's say you are on a phone setting call or a sales call and you ask the lead, okay, like, what is your goal over the next 30 days with this business model? And they say, oh, I want to make like 100K a month, like something fucking unrealistic that won't be happening anytime soon. Now, a lot of sales rep would be like, I mean, why do you want to make that kind of money? And you know, it's not achievable. What I say is because I'm also quirky, I'm extremely goofy, so I would typically just say something like, I mean, I want to go fishing with the intention that I catch some gold, but it doesn't work that way, does it? So I mean, like, what is something more realistic? Because making 100K with this business model. So do you see, it's like such a natural transition, and you sound a lot more natural, a lot more confident. You sound like yourself rather than being a sales rep and sounding like everyone else. The third thing that I want you to keep in mind is you are going to get naturally good at setting and closing and sales if you just have enough confidence in who you truly are. It's imagine, this is like a random example and you might even laugh it off because it's goofy, but imagine you're cosplaying another sales rep as a sales rep yourself. For me, that is almost an indication that perhaps you don't have enough confidence in your ability as a human or communication skills to do the job really fucking good without depending on anyone else. And understand how humans operate. What do they believe in? How do they justify spending money? What makes them feel good? What makes them open up to someone more? What makes them give you more pain? And take all of that and put that in your own sales calls. For example, if I had to give you an example, the way I come up with things, and I almost reverse engineer things. For example, let's say I've had a long day, I'm tired, I work 12 hours, and someone gives me an ice cream and I feel fucking happy about it. Now, I would ask myself, okay, why did I feel happy over this ice cream? Because again, it's just an ice cream. The reason I felt happy is because I work 12 hours a day and I'm super tired. But why did it make me happy? Is because I feel like I fucking deserved it. I feel like I've earned it because I worked so hard. And once you understand that I felt happy because of X, Y, and Z reason, then you can try replicating that for your own prospect. For example, when you are on a sales call, you ask them about their zero to hero story to understand more about who they are and what they stand for and the struggles they've gone through to come to this stage of being on the phone with you. And then you give them some free advice, some free resources, some more guidance, some more things. And then you tell them, I don't usually do this for people. The reason I'm doing this for you is because you fucking deserve this. You've earned it. You've gone through all the shit. And that would make them more happy. That would make them connect with you more because, again, the same fundamentals of human psychology. If I feel better for getting an ice cream because I feel like I've earned it, if you give them some resources and feedback and tell them you don't usually do this, you're doing this for them because they've earned it, that would have them trust you even more and connect with you on a deeper level. Again, guys, sales is not that complicated, and I cannot have you curate your own style in a 10 minutes video, but I gave you as much as I could to help you set the foundations of everything else. But if you want more help, feel free to check out my content because I have a lot more things going on there that can potentially help you with that.